This is the Reverend Dr. Tony Hart, the esteemed pastor of Beulah Baptist Church in the Falls. I hope and pray that all is well with you, your family, your colleagues, and your friends as we continue to fight the global pandemic, the coronavirus. Several days ago, an esteemed member of the congregation that I pastor asked me what I thought personally about how pastors across the nation are calling their members of their congregation into the house of worship. I told the person that I'll get back to them. I had some thoughts about it, and I like to fast and pray and think about it and reflect and meditate, and I will get back to you. So today, I like to give an open statement to the church. And my thoughts will be coming from the Gospel according to Matthew chapter 24 and verse 4. It says, "Take heed that no man deceive you." Take heed that no man deceive you. And you can close the book right there. I like to use as a subject for discussion, just speaking for a few minutes from this subject, don't be deceived. Don't be deceived. My brothers and my sisters, I have a tremendous amount of respect and admiration for the members of the clergy. And I would never question how the Holy Spirit, the third person of the Trinity, is guiding any one of you as leaders of your wonderful congregation. However, I am appalled and dismayed about the fact that some pastors are engaged in irresponsible and reckless behavior by inviting the faithful members of their church to gather for worship as we are facing and fighting the global pandemic. In my humble and spiritual opinion, the common sense and sober guidelines that our elected officials have recommended for our faith-based institutions to follow are not irrational nor punitive in scope. They are designed to promote public health and safety, and they are an attempt to contain the coronavirus. People are dying on a daily basis, and to blatantly disregard the guidelines and declare that you are exercising your constitutional right of religious freedom is absurd and dangerous. Hear me today. Your acts of defiance don't glorify God, and they are an extremely poor example of Christian ethics. As ministers of the gospel, we should be the shining examples as to what needs to be done under these adverse conditions and stressful circumstances of life. It has been reported that some pastors are putting their faith in God, according to them, when they disregard the guidelines and gather for worship at their church. For sure, this is foolishness, not faith in God. Foolishness and fanaticism and poor judgment should never replace real faith in God. And if you are a pastor and a minister of the gospel and you are guilty of this, the people that you are inviting into the church at this time don't belong to you. They belong to God. It is time for us to break the silence and speak as oracles of God. Yes, they are in your ministry, but I repeat, they don't belong to you. they belong to God. Man of God and woman of God, our members deserve balanced and excellent spiritual leadership. And I hope and pray that all pastors will seriously and conscientiously follow the guidelines that have been laid down by our elected officials. And I'm positively sure that God will be pleased with us and he will get the glory. So I encourage you to be safe, be healthy, and be blessed, because God will see us through this pandemic. You have to go through in order to get to where God needs us to be. And when there's a going through, there's always a coming out with God. So let's be the glaring examples of following the guidelines as Christians, as followers of Jesus. And let's never try to replace real faith with foolishness, fanaticism, and poor judgment. God bless you, and may heaven continue to smile upon you.